It was February 17, 1990, a Sunday afternoon. There had been a snowstorm in Seattle. In the old days, we would have been proactive and had the maintenance of way forces out to prevent shutting down the railroad. In the late 20th century, proactive was bad. It just might be that the overtime wouldn't have been needed. The criterion for calling out maintenance of way for weather was that the railroad had been shut down. Over the past day, we had a combination of rain, freezing rain, snow, melt, freeze, snow, and freezing rain. The railroad was shut down when I came to work on the Seattle Terminal District at 7 a.m. Maintenance of way forces showed up about noon to dig out switches, but they weren't digging them out. Some genius decided that it would cost less overtime on his budget if he just had them dump salt in the switches and go home. That's what they did. The city was doing their part by heavily salting the streets. The salt and the melted snow was causing a lot of intermittent track circuit failures. I had flashing track occupancy lights all over the place. I was not having a good day. Fortunately, there was not a lot of traffic. It was difficult to work with the few trains I had. Amtrak 7, the Empire Builder, had just landed in Tunnel 1 next to the southward main track at King Street Station. Amtrak still had a mail contract. Immediately on Number 7's arrival, the switch crew would cut away the road power and line it into another track, put their engine on 7's train, cut away the mail car, and take it to the post office at Holgate Street. It was always a hot move, but 7 was late and we were crowding the contract delivery time. I had a grain train at Gaylor Street at the west end of Balmer Yard. It was half Seattle and half Tacoma. The rear end for Tacoma was in Track A in the yard. Track A was the westward main track until the 50s. It was only accessible from the main at both ends. The grain train was pulling the Seattle cars through the plant on the westward main and shoving into the yard for a switch crew to move into the D yard for Cargill. Number 91, the Fort Worth-Seattle intermodal train, was coming down the main past the yard at Interbay, using the eastward track to North Portal to get around the grain train and crossing over to the westward track at North Portal. Number 695 had set out its entire train at Stacy Street Yard and was returning light to Argo on the way to the Interbay Roundhouse. Number 646 was in the yard at Interbay for the return trip to Everett, having arrived earlier as number 645. The Interbay Roundhouse Hostler was in the yard ready to return to the Roundhouse with engines from the yard, which should have included the 3 units that 645 brought from Everett. Back then, the Seattle Terminal dispatcher shared the same radio frequency with Centralia North and Seattle East dispatchers, Tacoma, South Seattle, Stacy Street, Balmer, Bayside, and Delta yards. A day of listening to that would result in a roaring headache and ringing in the ears by the end of the shift. Most people, the train crews, yard masters, maintenance of way, and others, just came on and talked. I was religious about talking only on a clear channel, so lots of trains waited until I could talk to them. Sometimes I'd give instructions, and another conversation would interrupt so that I couldn't hear the repeat. Sometimes I'd hear a train calling me and wouldn't answer because of the noise. Occasionally, I could hear someone on a train talking to someone on another train, each thinking the other was the dispatcher. Twice, I had a movement enter the main track and run against the current of traffic on the authority of another train crew, both of whom thought they were talking to the dispatcher. Occasionally, too, I would hear one crew acting on the signs of another crew. I heard hard joints and collisions. There were shifts that were so bad that I couldn't face driving home after work, and just sat in the car in the parking lot until I felt like leaving the railroad madness for the freeway madness. After 91 passed North Portal, I tried to find a clear spot on the radio to call the Amtrak yard engine and find out how they were doing. I got my chance. I told them that if they weren't ready to go right now, get in the clear, let 91 by, and call me. The Amtrak conductor told me that they were ready now and on the move. 91's engineer said, "The first liar don't stand a chance." After 3 decades, I can still hear him. After what I went through to get that much done, I wasn't about to change anything.
Dispatcher to 91, what engine, over?
Got the 7033.
Roger. Southward track right now, just to the south end of the depot. I'll see what condition things are in when you get down there, over.
Roger that. Ground shuttle roundhouse, Foreman?
Everybody roundhouse.
Yeah, he's in the register room.
Oh, okay, thank you.
They left their power on 20.
Power's on 20, thank you.
G81 to thermal dispatcher.
Seattle Thermal Dispatcher answering VNG 81, over.
Yes, we'll be back on our train today. I don't know if you caught that or not.
That's a Roger on that.
About 3 more, 46. 22 and 26, thank you. One car, 46. Bring him back, 46. Back.
Ground shuttle at 646 is portable. Ground shuttle at 646 is portable, over.
Yes, sir.
You need to ride your head in?
Yeah, it's, where you going to the yard office, only up and down.
Hello, Dean.
Again, Seattle Thermal Dispatcher VN 695, over. Argo to Holgate Street, over.
Okay. I'll go to Holgate Street. Anybody else coming out of the south end of the yard? We're up here by, where you put some, corn toppers in. How do you want to throw it over? Get that done just to Holgate Street. There's the south end there where you put those, auto racks in.
Okay.
Doug, here it comes, over.
The south end's all yours until, if any trains come in, I'll let you know.
Report. Okay, thank you.
Run him down by the power, will you, Stan?
Track 127, return 6907 south, 1328 Fidelity.
BNC Unleashed Dispatcher, Roger, that put it up, Rod, over.
1011.
Stormy Yard, 692. 1329, my landers.
133, return Amtrak 285 south, 1329 Landers.
Yard, 692. You're almost got in 46, so head in. Where you going? You got a pickup.
Well, I called you about 10 times after we left Puyallup. You never answered. Dan Wilderford?
Never heard you. You got a pickup on track 24.
That'll Steve.
And Seattle Thermal Dispatcher, Amtrak 565, over.
At 565.
Let's do it this way. Let's get the mail car on your engine and then pull up in the clear on Tunnel 3 or a stub track. I've got to let one each way get by you, then we can make the post office move and it'll work a lot better.
92, you got Locomotive first up.
7:15 south. Would you like that back at 1:30 p.m. by Lewis?
134, return to 16 south, 1330 Lewis. Prairie North Dispatch Road. 692. Yeah, we need permission to back up 28 to the bomber roundhouse Fleming. Do we need the light there, River? Might could, I don't know. Have the operator over. For 692. The 6707 south, make reverse move at D Street over. Operator, could you, if you have the orders that are right in front of you, could you tell me what the out of the 111 is cleared on, please? 11 is cleared on a 2024, or, excuse me, 2824, over. 2824, thank you very much. Clear out. Let them load first up. 646, Homer South Yardmaster. Also load first up. Give me the figures on this pickup. 28 to the bomber roundhouse, Foreman. Roundhouse. Seattle East, Doug Brown. I said that 2 units out on track 4. I see there's a notice on that 783, I think it was, that it has a flat wheel on it. Yeah, Doug, can you come to the phone there at 16 over? Roger, will do. Yeah, Pat, how do you want us to leave? Boulder. Want us to leave, Pat. Who's this? 6. Oh, okay, you can go right up B lead or the main, whichever is convenient to the dispatcher. 146, dispatcher. 17 and 1, 1895. 17 1, 1395, 1895. 646, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher. Say 1795. 1895. Great, the bomber Carmen. Yeah, okay to back up now, Duff? Now we gotta make a cut behind these tanks. We gotta make a cut behind 4. Let Cheryl get back there first. 646, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher. Go.
CN, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, Allen track 565, over.
565 is that here.
Well, maybe I'll get a whole turn this time. Let's get that mail car behind your engine and then get in the clear on Tunnel 3 or a stub track, whichever is closest. Let one south and one north go by before we make this move to the post office, over.
We're all lined over right now, dispatcher. We're moving.
You're leaving town right now?
Yes, sir. About 20 cars.
Roger, quicker than I thought. Line back at Holgate. There'll be one waiting for you at Holgate, over.
With a first flyer, don't stand a chance.
Dispatcher to 565.
The hospital is clear, dispatcher.
Roger that. Let me know when you've arrived at Holgate. Dispatcher to 91, over.
91.
Southward track from UD to Argo. I'll talk to you there about the switch, over.
Roger.
I'm done, Walt.
Okay, Dave.
646, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher. 10 cars, 81.
Yeah, I have a scoop tag on the other side here. Nelson's got an Amtrak's coming over.
Over. No bad orders on 111. Thank you. Davey. 46, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher.
Roger, and we'll have an engine to pull it down to Argo as soon as he's finished working it.
Roger to 646, over.
Ray leave at 23rd. 10 cars, 81. 10 cars.
Roger, 646, Roger out.
1 car, 81. Alfred, I got him from up here, Joe. the bomber yardmaster. Bomber, did you want us hooked onto that pin or just go in the clear?
I'd tie onto it. It should drag out.
2-8, the bomber, Carmen.
46 to Bridgemore, coming your way. I'm in too.
Carmen, 280.
Okay to tie on the 10.
Okay.
Okay, cut the air in too.
Cut the area too, please.
Okay.
King Street Electrician to Seattle Terminal.
You all right? Pull it down a little ways, or are you?
BN Seattle Terminal Dispatch, transfer to BN King Street Electrician, over.
Yeah, pull it back a little bit.
Terminal 1 for Electrician Johnson.
I want to pull it down about that.
Look, Thatcher.
I got it shoved down.
Dispatcher Electrician Johnson, did you say unlock tunnel 1, over?
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Dispatcher. Palmer.
Hey, operator 646, over. Yeah, 1335.
Did somebody call you to leave the yard?
Earlier, I thought I heard him amidst all this noise, but when I answered, I never got anybody, so he hasn't left the yard.
Okay, I was just curious. Something happened here. There's some power that got out here, and nobody knew what was going on here. I'll try to get a hold of them if I can.
Maybe I've got a problem here. Did some power get out the south end, maybe get out of the D yard?
Well, that's
91 safety.
something that went that way. That's what I'm trying to figure out who that was.
It looks to me like I got a switch run through at North Portal. BN Seattle Terminal Dispatcher to BN 91, over.
BN 91.
91, are you moving, over?
Go for the hospital. Are you in the clear back there, Joe?
Okay,
91, over.
Dispatcher to 91, are you moving? Have you continued moving? Have you come to a stop at all, over?
Oh, we finally moving. They finally got out of the way.
I'm not sure, but what there might be some power moving on its own behind your train, over.
We're on the move.
Roger that. I am not really sure, but I have a suspicion that there's a possibility that there's some loose power behind your train moving your direction, over. BN Seattle Terminal Dispatcher to Amtrak 565, over.
565.
Where are you guys at right now, over?
We're approaching Holgate. We're about 10 cars away from Holgate, Dispatcher.
I think you're the first set of eyes I'm going to have behind that guy's train. I had a track light up at North Portal. And right after that, it appeared as though the switch got run through at North Portal. I think that there's a possibility there's something moving on its own behind 91, over.
Okay, Dispatcher, we'll watch for it.
Roger that. Dispatcher to 91, consider before you stop there might be something back there, over.
Roger.
Over to the roundhouse foreman.
695, Seattle Terminal.
Dispatcher 695, as soon as Amtrak gets in the clear at Holgate, I'll get you loose from there.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out and see what's behind him.
Okay.
Will do, Judge.
643, transferring. How many units did you leave in on your train?
3.
Did you leave a side onto your train?
565,
Yeah. Did you tie it down?
Carmen was just wondering now too, you mentioned that about power. They notified the yard there when they was over working a train, they had 3 engines come out of the roundhouse, which was abnormal because it was going at a high rate of speed just a little bit ago. Now, I don't know if anybody was in it or what. I don't know what, just to let you know.
The south end?
There was somebody on it. Okay, there was... Well, okay, somebody was in the engine blasting the horn furiously and then just going like a bat out of hell.
At the south end of the yard?
At the south end of the yard, and they slowed down, he said, and then I went by the tool shack just lickety-split.
Okay, thanks a lot. There was somebody on it,
There
though.
was somebody on the engine, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Over there.
Drawbridge Main to the southward passage.
The bomber come walking around the yard there earlier.
691 to Stacy. PM balance regulator to small yard mass over.
Stacy.
Hey, had some power come through the yard right here. We just 2 or 3 units went out through the dock lead.
Was there anybody on it?
There was somebody in the head end, but they were blaring their horns.
Dispatcher to 695, whatever that was, just went by South Portal. It took him about 2, 4, 6, took him 8 minutes to get through the tunnel. Makes him going about 15 miles an hour, over.
Okay, dispatcher, can we move on down to between Holgate and Royal Brome here?
Roger, dispatcher to Amtrak 565, where are you, over?
We're clear at Holgate, dispatcher. There's a switch crew down at the yard on 1007's power. They might be able to stop it or see it, whatever it is.
Roger that. Dispatcher to 695, you've got the northward track between Argo and Royal Brome, either direction, whatever you need to do to get that stopped, over.
Okay.
565, Bob Collins?
No, that's fine. We don't need it.
Hello, dispatcher.
Regulator of the Palmer Yard Master. The guy stopped, and he was coming up the track at a pretty good clip there, and he was just laying on the horn there, and we threw the switch for him, and he come on by.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, dispatcher.
Yeah.
Somebody is on the 645 left 3 units in the yard. Somebody apparently got on it and took off on it, so there's somebody on there.
Okay. Dispatcher to 695's power and 1007's power. Watch your step. There's somebody on that power. Probably somebody's not supposed to be there, over.
Portable dispatcher, he's burning the brake shoes off. He's going to rear end that guy. Calling the train that's on at Argo.
Yeah, 91.
There's a runaway. He's going to run into your rear end.
Dispatcher to 91, sounds like we better not stop for that set out at Argo. We just keep on going until we get this guy nailed down, over.
Okay, Portland okay?
Depends on where you want to have a train wreck.
Hey, Harlan, the guy's coming up to you pretty quick. Hey, start pulling that train fast, 91. This guy's moving out. Hello, Steve?
Hello.
Yeah, let me pull her back down towards the block a little bit. 565 Seattle Terminal. This ship's going by right now. They got somebody in the cab up there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's somebody running those engines, dispatcher. Yeah, but I don't think he knows what he's doing. What, 11's power, inner bay operator, over. It's the brake set, and he was screaming by the depot, Dan.
Dispatcher 91 just went by me. Sounded like he was doing 40 or so, over.
Line that train up at Argo, dispatcher. He's going to nip him. Okay, just tell him whenever he gets over here, the power is on the south end of 3 track, Roundhouse 3.
Then the Roundhouse 3, okay?
The one's bomber south, over. Looks like he's slowing down to a stop, dispatcher. Maybe not. He's pretty smoky up there.
Over.
Yeah, you want to break on this stuff full when you were by me. Yeah. Okay, everybody's slowing down.
Over to the section, foreman.
You can get up there. I'd get up there and see what's going on. Or somebody gets fuel.
We got some power that ran through the switch down Lander. He goes off to the grain yard onto the main line.
Terminal, okay to make reverse move and go after that guy?
Yeah, go after that guy. You've got the railroad all the way to Black River. Dispatcher to 91, keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking, we're going.
Yeah, he's got his brake set there, 91, but he's closing up on him. You better pick him up.
Yeah, he went through the dock lead, down through D6, and then out the south end. He ran right through the switch there and kept on. He's on the main line on the loose now.
Okay, we'll run down, Checker.
Okay, he may have ran through the switch out of 9, too. I'm not sure. Focus on the lead if they were lined against him.
Okay, John, I'm on the rear end of him. Let's go.
Break, Seattle Terminal dispatcher to 695. Nobody all the way out of Tacoma. Dispatcher to 91. Nobody ahead of you. Keep on going as far as you need to go. Over.
Okay, we'll see if we can get him here. Roger that, dispatcher.
Stacy, dispatcher. We got two guys heading out towards the Y. We'll see if we can pick him up there.
He's been by me about 3 minutes at the speed he was going. He's probably by the Y. Being Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, any special agent, over.
Special agent.
Special agent, when one of these train crews catches this, they might need some help. There's somebody on that power who shouldn't be up there, over.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up to it now.
Roger.
695 Seattle Terminal.
Dispatcher 695, over.
Line me up at Argo against the current, please.
Coming at you.
Did you catch him yet, Kenny?
Dispatcher, I've got runaway power coming out of Seattle. A train ahead of him trying to outrun it, and a train on the reverse trying to catch it. I need both tracks southbound at Black River right away.
Both of them southbound at Black. Here we go.
I'll let you know when it's all over with.
Okay, they're both lined for your route, so they're already lined for your route. I'll don't know if that one will set southbound that quick, but it is set for it should be landlocked.
Okay, looks like the first guy will be down there on the southward track in about 8 minutes.
Okay, I got you southbound on both tracks.
Okay.
That's your bye.
Dispatcher to 91 and 695. I got the UP dispatcher. He's ready for you, both tracks.
Okay, thanks.
Roger. The engineer on G81, over.
Keep right after him, John. You got her. Still moving? Yeah, he's going right through Argo. 695 to John Grasso.
Yeah, Kenny.
Keep going, John. He's right after you.
I got her at number 8. I can't go any faster.
Okay, buddy. This guy's smoking you.
Dispatcher to 91. Looks like he's about 30 seconds behind you.
Yeah, Roger.
Go, Johnny, go.
Survey roundhouse to the engineer on G81, over.
Special agent, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, over. Dispatcher, special agent, over.
What's the location now? Just south of the planet Argo.
We're going to try to get him at Argo.
South of there now.
4 units.
Just went through Argo, special agent.
Could you tell me how fast he might be going?
91's doing 50. You can't outrun him.
91's ahead of him then.
G81 to the roundhouse, Foreman. Where you want us? I'll bring you on the inbound. Inbound, okay.
Dispatcher to G81 with that run-through switch up there. I can't get a signal on main 1. I'm looking to see if I can get one on main 2 as soon as this computer wakes up.
What it is, Kenny? He's going to spare him.
I hope somebody called the Cubs.
First southbound set of units that went by Argo. You got Emery shoes or you burning a journal off?
It's a runaway.
You don't know.
You had flame shooting out of the rear unit on the trucks. Yeah, we know it. Roger. Keep going, John. Keep on.
Yeah.
Hey. Dispatcher, Interbay.
Interbay.
You heard we got 3 rogue units out there heading south?
Yeah. 91, over.
Yeah, we got permission to run on Centralia North territory.
Yeah, he's standing right here. He said just keep on going.
Roger.
What do you got, the 353 run? Amtrak 353, Seattle Terminal Dispatch. Congratulations, go ahead.
We're right behind. We were hoping we could get to the switch at South Seattle and derail him, but I don't think we're going to. We're the 4x4 right behind.
Amtrak 353, Seattle Terminal 512 Northward Go check.
Yeah, Bob, you're on the bike.
This guy's doing 70, Ken.
Yeah, okay.
Kenny, this is Lee. I'm going to get all the state patrol on this, let them know that what's going on. Okay, Lee.
65, but I can't get him here on the highway.
Let him catch me.
But 73.
Johnny Kane on you guys. You better prepare to get off that sucker if he runs into you.
It looked like a white male in the engine there.
Yeah, he doesn't have any intention of stopping. I don't know what he's doing. 91 Seattle Terminal.
Thatcher 91, over.
I have permission to run past your train speed.
Affirmative.
Thank you. Here we go.
So what do you want to do? He's gonna catch up to him sooner or later.
Keep right into it, John, in case this guy gets on a crossing so nobody gets killed. If we have to, I just jump her, John, and let him get it.
Kind of judge. Just knock off the throttle a couple of notches. Let him try to couple in.
Yeah, Black River's lined up. If you see Thatcher, Black River's lined up southbound, both mains.
Yeah.
91 dispatcher. Okay, come on back easy, John.
Amtrak 565, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher.
Again, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, Amtrak 565, over.
Come on back, 695.
We're ready to leave the post office at Holgate here, working with that 1007 train. He's trying to call you.
353 to Terminal Dispatcher. We'd like to come out of the depot and over to the coach yard. Are you coupled into him, 91? 91's about 2 car lengths behind you.
Roger. Keep coming back to 695. I think he's trying to slow down now.
Carmen, is the car stopped?
I don't think he knows what the hell he's doing. He don't know how to slow this thing down.
Yard channel.
Cutter Don Walter.
Where do I know, Kenny?
John on 691. It looks like he's coming down to the stop here just at the south end of South Seattle.
I'll be on a couple already.
Catch him down. Keep coming back 695.
Oh, wait, I used some double.
Okay.
Everybody's on, keep it going. Amtrak 353, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher.
Stand by, I'm trying to keep the radio clear for these guys to catch that engine.
Will do.
Coming 695, he's up there by Black River Plant.
Nine 917 695, is he still moving? Yeah, he's moving real slow. We should be up there with him again here in just a second. I think he's going to stop here in about 2 seconds. There. About 15 cars, 695 will stop. And what's your location now, 91? We're at south end of Black River. North end of Black River. About 5 cars, John. That's good, 695. Is he stopped now left? Yeah, he's stopped right now, John. Radio? 2, I don't see drop. Yeah, I'm still here. I got Kent PD on the phone. We're at Black River. Get a hold of Tukwila. Yeah, okay, we'll do. Monster Road Crossing, is thereabouts? Yeah, thereabouts.
Dispatcher to 695, is that thing stopped, over?
Yeah, UP.
Yeah.
Yeah, the set of power goes through here. The first set of power going south a minute ago.
Hey, where's the
Do you have your shoes on?
Even worse than that, somebody hijacked it out of Balmer.
Boy, they're not going to go very far. They had sparks flying from half of their wheels. Huh, hijacked it. Boy, they're going like some bitch, too.
Yeah, I got a train, an engine, and a bunch of cops chasing it.
Let me go to hell. Oh, I'll read about it in the morning then.
Thank you, sir.
See you later, bye.
to John Grasso. Okay, we got him, John. Okay, thanks. We'll come down there and help you get back as soon as they get him tied down here.
Oh, we're just going to shove it to center siding here to really run around it.
21, okay, John.
Yeah, 21's clear.
Dispatcher to 695, where'd you get him, over?
Right down here by the rendering works.
Right by the rendering works, roger. Any sign of any police yet?
It's a man walking up here. I don't know who the guy is.
Channel 81.
Yeah, inbound, please. Just a couple minutes.
White blue car up the curb.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
From Seattle, how are you guys doing?
Just caught him.
What was he? Was he a former employee?
Don't know yet.
Will you let me know before you go home?
I'll do it.
Okay, 6678.
Okay. 91 Seattle Thermal Dispatcher.
No, it sounds like about the worst we did was burn all the shoes off. Well, we got a power switch and main line switch run through, so there's several $1,000 there.
Okay, well, at least we didn't come back.
91's going, Dispatcher.
So was I.
Okay, well, good job.
I guess.
We'll see you.
Seattle Thermal Dispatcher.
If you guys want to back up, we'll watch you shove back there. Hello, Hubert coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to stop right here at the south end of the center siding switch and get some instructions.
Okay.
Get our composure.
Dispatcher to Amtrak 565, over.
565.
Back to the coach yard. Let me know, please, when you're in the clear, over.
Back to Coach Yard and report. They catch that guy, John?
They got him. Dispatcher to Amtrak 353, over.
353.
Come on out when you get the signal. Southward track, lay back at the coach yard switch, enough for 565 to pull up, then you go on down and let me know when you're in the clear, please, over.
Do you want to use the southward track?
695,
Northward track, over.
Okay, and look out for Boston Flash out by the Coast Guard.
We're coming.
917, 695.
Couple into the power on these inbound and release your brake speed. Okay, we'll do that. 81 out.
Oh, that's out.
He is.
Again, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, 695, over.
Okay, Ron, bring back about 3 or 4 cars to the block.
695, Seattle Terminal.
Seattle Terminal 695, any special agent or police show up yet, over?
Yeah, they got the character off the entrance, and we're on the power now. We'd like to cross over from the southward to the northward behind our engines at the south end of South Seattle, and we'll tow them back to Interbay.
Roger that. Can you give me engine numbers on that power, over?
Yeah, the one I'm on right now is 2720. I'd have to go back and look at the rest of them.
You can let me know when, you can let me know while you're hooking them up. Go ahead and cross over, get it all against your power. Let me know when you're ready to leave this place, over.
Okay, cross over, get against, let you know we're ready to leave.
Hello, dispatcher.
Yeah.
When that guy left here, there must have been handbrakes left on there, and somebody had said that it was smoking
About one
pretty bad.
more,
You might
I
have
can't
that
tell what
crew
car it is yet.
check the brakes and check the wheels and see if it's okay to go back here.
Yeah, he's been alongside of it for 20 minutes, so he's probably got a pretty good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll bring back 565. Or 353.
Again, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher answering being 91, over.
What's that?
91 over.
Were you looking for me or Centralia North, over?
Well, we're looking for Centralia North.
He might not have the radio on at this end. I'll go and have him get on here.
Okay, thank you.
Coming back. Go ahead, 91.
Yeah, this is 91 dispatcher. We're stopped at south end switcher, the center crossover. What are your instructions right now?
Okay, 91. Where are you at, Aurelia or what?
We're right here at Aurelia. What we'd like to do is cut our train off here and run around the center crossover, get on the southward track and tow it back to South Seattle.
What's that? Hey, rock's all waiting because we'll probably use up these switches that we're playing around.
Okay, 91, can you copy me any better now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. Permission to use the crossovers at the Aurelia there. Go with the current, drag your train back to town there, over. You're going to follow all these on the
91 Centralia North dispatcher.
We're going to throw them, then I should have some rock salt on it and melt that stuff.
Did you copy that, 91?
Yeah, dispatch S91. We'd like to use the center crossover to run around our train and pull it back on the southward to South Seattle if we could.
You stand by.
Seattle Terminal, we're clear to Coast Guard. We'll have all that switch for Seattle Center train. It's okay.
clear.
Okay, 91, you say 7033?
Yeah, that's the one we had.
All right, 7033, ready to use the center siding and already run around your train against the current of traffic, already to Black River, and like I say, check with the Seattle terminal at Black River.
Yeah, okay, for the 7033, use the center crossover, run around the train. Pour back against current of traffic to South Seattle, or excuse me, Black River, walking and talk to Seattle terminal.
Oh, I didn't recognize you through all the noise. You working or is it Tom this weekend? Bad news.
Hold that gun, I want to hit it.
The main one switch of the number one crossover at North Portal's been run through. Not good at all. I had somebody hijack some power out of Balmer and the crossover was reversed. They run right through.
There's no brakes in
Yeah, after a 70-mile-an-hour chase, they caught it at Black River.
695 Seattle Terminal.
Yeah, that's what I said when it happened, too. So you've got yourself a screwed-up switch.
Good. 111 is what I get something to look at.
And go, yep, it sure is screwed up.
Okay.
Okay, John.
Clear.
Yeah.
111's light power to the caboose. Can you hear this radio?
Loud and clear. Flying into the coach here at 1007.
111's light power, Seattle terminal dispatcher.
Hey, John, release the brakes on it a minute, will you? Here comes the thing, Mr. Stan. We're going to have to get into that track there. Maybe better move that down a little bit. 111, Balmer, Carmen.
Well, I can't think I'll move it any farther than I have.
Okay. Clear, come down and help you.
Go ahead, 111.
Got a pen ready, Steve. I'll give it a con.
Okay.
Yeah, listen.
11.
23, low. Yeah, permission to walk the brakes. The empty is 3406 ton. Oakley 9088. Anybody for radio check? Over.
I'll see the radio.
Thank you.
111, Seattle terminal dispatcher.
John, put a little box on. You want me to get on the head end here? Yeah. I'll get
111, Balmer South. Yeah, Balmer.
Okay, release it again.
Yeah, I can't seem to raise the terminal. Could you call him, tell him we'd like to go south on the NP and then across into Dock Lake, please? Yeah. Thank you.
Just waiting for my turn on the radio. What's your engine, 111, over?
Hello, dispatcher. We're running with the BN 2824, over.
Roger. BN Seattle terminal dispatcher to anybody from the section at Interbay, over.
Carmen 111. Yeah, the Central. Yeah, permission to walk the brakes, over. Yeah, it's okay to walk the brakes.
Thank you. Hello, dispatcher.
Yeah.
I got the section foreman. He's tracing the track to the Runaway engine all the way out. The graveyard there.
Okay, I know for sure that the main one crossover, North Portal is going to run through. Probably the switch out of the D yard, too.
Right, and I let him know that. He went right away. I don't know exactly where it is now. He's out there looking for it.
Okay.
Sounds good here. Yeah, that's I was just kind of curious.
Also, did you hear 111 trying to get into the yard?
Yeah, he's on the way.
Okay.
Sounds good, thanks. Intermediate section foreman is Seattle terminal dispatcher, over. Here's 692, this is Ryan North dispatcher, over.
Roger.
We'll be out to get you, Bob. It's a nice day for a walk. Channel 7's clear, steady.
111 to Balmer South, over.
Back Balmer. You guys, right?
Yeah, do we have permission on lead 2 to get up there to track 5? Yes, you do. Thank you.
Over 111. Got a hammer up there, John, or 111 over.
Watch out for the regulator working at the south end, and also for run-through switches on your way down.
Okay, watch for a regulator and watch for run-through switches. Yeah, okay, I'm coming up Mile 20 now. Yeah, just one. That's that car for me, 565 over. Yeah, okay, 565. Is 207 at the depot yet, Dan? 707 sitting here in front of the wash rack. Get out of town. Need that flag down on our machine rail. I want to take that.
If you've got a place you can put 91's AC set out, we can bring it up there later.
Oh, yeah, we'll just...
You want to get his I'll put this stuff to
Real good.
Okay.
We
Crossing's clear.
right back up there. We
Crossing's clear.
down here temporarily. They're a little shook up, I think.
Yeah, I can imagine that they would be. Let's do that. We'll just find the power right there and give them a ride home.
Yeah, 111 portable. Did you hear Bomber South tell us to watch out for the regulator at the south end and to watch for run-through switches? Tell her I will, thanks. Okay. Seattle regulator Seattle turnover dispatcher.
We'll come back, switch, solve them.
I went down. Seattle terminal dispatcher. These engines that we just stopped out of Black River, did those originate in Palmer or Spokane? You're talking to me, Lee. Oh, okay, I thought it was regulated. Where did this runaway thing say it first started, Palmer or Spokane? The power was tied up at Balmer. I think it came in on a 646 or 696 or something like that. He says he was on these engines, or he ran these engines for Spokane. I think he's a little loony. I've never known that. A bunch of people misread. Probably, yeah, I'm sure they came from the east. Yeah, but I mean, they came into Balmer under a regular train crew, right? Yeah, they tied it down. I heard him talking to the yardmaster. It was tied down, and he took off with him. Yeah, okay, thanks, Art. Yeah, I'm coming out that way. I got to see this show. One more. We're at the rendering plant, Art. Yeah.
One car.
How to do when you get the off 111. Ian Tacoma, operator 692, were you calling me? 1410, thank you. Hello, Ron. You know, we're getting
the yard master to the mobile.
Seattle Terminal dispatcher to BN91, over.
91, over.
When you get back to South Seattle, we'll land the whole train, leaves the power. I'll have a ride to take you up to the air, over.
Roger.
And before you and I go home, I appreciate the way you guys took care of business out there.
Hey, we got permission to run against the current of traffic from Black River to South Seattle.
Well, first I need to find out where the other guy's at. Dispatcher to 695, over.
95 dispatcher, we're clear to southward.
Clear of the southward. Roger that. Let me know when you're ready to leave town out there and you got them all hooked up, over.
Okay, we'll do.
Same thing for you guys. Appreciate the way you took care of business. Dispatcher to 7033 uses southward track from Black River to the middle at South Seattle, and let me know please when you are in clear.
Permission to run on the southward from Black River to the middle crossover South Seattle and report clear.
Roger.
Easy back.
Hey, Ron, let's go to the yard channel. Say, you're not looking for a little excitement, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
211, 212.
Hey, another boring day at the office, I suppose.
It was, and I had a hard time keeping from falling asleep.
I suppose. The train wasn't dying, one was trying to run away, I suppose.
Well, you know, 1011 greased the guy in Kent just before this, too.
Yeah, I know it. The guy was naked, too.
That's a drag.
Yeah, must have been cold, huh?
I probably was.
I suppose. Hey, you did a nice job on that, too, guy. I don't want to pat you on the back and give you a big head, though.
Well, okay, I'll try to keep my hands the same.
Do me a favor?
111,
695 and number 91. Would you tell them when they get the bomber?
Due to
Talk to them
way
for a
up to
couple
the
of
north
minutes,
end.
please.
I'll do that.
Yeah, we just want to try to put some of the bigger pieces together.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Leroy, that car foreman, he talked to him. He told me he saw him get away down there.
My car foreman did?
No, we just
No, he didn't. He talked to him. I tried to answer every word that he said nothing to me.
the train in a few seconds.
Okay, I thought that's who I heard on the radio. That's what I heard somebody on the radio talking about power getting away, and that's what gave me the suspicion. I thought it was him.
I think it was a regulator for operator.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll check around and see.
Okay, I'll tell 695 and 91.
Yeah, just we please like to talk to him for a couple of minutes, that's all. Okay, thanks.
Carmen to Ed, I can't hear you at all.
In Seattle Terminal dispatcher to BN91, over.
Oh, Danny? Yeah,
This is 91.
When you get up to Interbay before you go home, Trainmaster got to talk to you for a couple minutes and get details for writing down for reports.
Yeah, okay. Talk to the train master upon our arrival. You bet. Could you do us a favor and call that UP dispatcher and let him know what we're going to do?
I'll do that. Dispatcher to 695, over.
Three more.
Yeah, Central East Alpha, 83.
Dispatcher to 695, over.
He's going to be ready to move.
Dispatcher to 91, they must be down hooking up. If you tell him, please, that the train master would like to talk to him, I'll slide over and talk to the UP.
Okay, Roger.
Okay, we'll do, Tom.
Yeah, when you do get by Black River, just let me know, please.
I will do.
Yeah, that's up.
Interbay section foreman Don Walter, Seattle Terminal dispatcher, over. Dispatcher?
Dispatch, you got my runaway engine nailed. The train that was out running him is south of the plant at Black River on the southward. He'll come back north now on the southward track.
Okay. Okay, there's still something there, and we released him. I don't know. You say you want him to go north on the southward, right?
Yeah, north on the southward. That Runaway Power, they've got him nailed down there now, and they're crossing over to the northward track.
Yeah. You want me to give you a light then north, southbound?
Yeah, north on the southbound, and if you were lined up south on the northbound, you can kill that one.
I had both numbers, no lights always.
Okay, north on the southbound.
Let me give permission, Bob. Dispatcher over. Amtrak 353, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher over. To Amtrak 353, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, over. 695, Seattle Terminal. Oh, Kenny? Hello, John. Terminal called and said that the train master would like to see all you guys up in Stockholm. Chuck Olson. Okay, John. 695, Seattle Terminal. Amtrak 353 to Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, over. Survey Roundhouse to the downtown house, over. John, Ryback, did you get a hold of me? 695, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher. Dan Marlowe, Chuck Olson. 695, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher. Amtrak 353 to the Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, over. 695, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher. Somebody off 20 trucks? Well, meet me out at S10 and I'll take you down. Meet me out at the S10 by the office over there and I'll take you down.
Dispatch?
Yeah, Tom, this is Dan Harlan, Coach here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say anybody who deserves the work praise the shoe, keep track of that power way you did.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you probably should do right.
Well, I'm glad of that, because it was looking bad for a minute.
Yeah. Okay, Tom.
Okay, is 1007's power and clear?
Yeah, 1007 is clear. Yeah, I called it.
No, I didn't. Okay, thanks, Dan.
Amtrak 353 to the Seattle Terminal Dispatcher, over.
Dispatcher answering Amtrak 353, over.
Yeah, number 7's train's in the clear in the coach yard.
In the clear, thank you.
All set. Here we go.
695, Seattle Terminal Dispatcher.
In Seattle Terminal Dispatch, transferring Dan 695, power, over.
Yeah, we're ready to go now. We've got those three and our three, and south and South Seattle and go north now.
Let me know when you get ready to leave the yard. We're still up here south end. Roger, over.
Roger, did you make an inspection on that power to make sure we didn't have any broken wheels from overheat or anything?
Yeah, we looked it all over, and before we moved it, we've got it with us now. We'll take it back to Enterprise. We had movement.
Roger that. Was there just one guy on that power?
Yeah, one man and three engines, 2720, 2717, and 6241.
Roger that. Police took the guy away, right?
region, what are the two?
Very good. Northward track from the south end of South Seattle to UD, over.
Northward track, south end, South Seattle, UD. Thank you.
Roger, Spencer.
91 Seattle Terminal dispatcher.
Dispatcher, answer 91, over.
Yeah, we're on the move here. Really, we'll be up the Lac River here in a couple of minutes. We're calling you.
Roger that. I called the man. He said he'd wind it up for you.
Is this your...
Yeah, okay, thank you, dispatcher. We have permission on a southward track, South Seattle Center crossover. Thank you.
That is correct. Dispatcher to 695, over.
695.
Did 91 tell you that the train master would like to talk to you when you get in, over?
You bet he did.
Thank you, sir.
You riding ahead out of here, Jerry? Being 91 South Seattle Yard.
Jerry's back there.
91, take your train in on the running, power up to the tail track. I'll have a cab up there for you. Okay, running track, power to the tail track. Okay, thank you. We'll get the switches behind you there at the center crossover. Oh, we appreciate it, thanks. Yeah, 111, Caboose, hello, shot.
Hey, Bill, here comes 695. His unit's close to that Runaway stuff.
This is going to be boring after this.
You ain't heard about that? 3 units. We'll need to look at the bottom of them real good. 695 home power, which is one of them gray pieces of junk. Let's see what else.
You'll be the first to be high.
2LT40s and one LMX. Okay, 695 home power is 2 LT40s and LMX.
Yeah, right.
Okay, he's also got with him a 2720.
Wait a minute. 2720.
2717.
Yeah.
5241.
Balmer train master, over.
Okay, somebody hijacked M3. They ran from here, from Interbay all the way to Black River with binders on.
Bus of the switch stand, we got the point spike for the main. You want to go
So we might need wheels on a whole bunch of them.
It's been broken up, but I think the question is we need to repair it.
Somebody took off with them out of the yard.
Back because cardio's working today and tomorrow.
No, man, I ain't even kidding. Somebody took off with them out of the yard, run through a bunch of switches. We chased them down with an engine and caught them at Black River.
You want to tell dispatcher we got the point line.
So, really uncool, but we'll need to look over them 3 units real good because I think we burned the shoes off and probably smoked the wheels out, too.
So you got 12 of them altogether.
6 of them.
Well, okay. The train master is actually coming over.
On the inbound, okay.
Traction forming over.
Yeah, could you say that again? That radio in the other room wasn't receiving very well, over.
Yeah, that runaway unit came out of the south end of that D6, D7 onto the main, ran through the switch, busted the switch stand off. We got the point spike for the main. We're going to have to put a new switch stand on.
Yeah, okay, we do need that track back in service. Cargill is working both today and tomorrow, over.
Yeah, we're going to go get a new stand, get it back in service.
All right, very good. Thank you, train master out. Be on train master section foreman, over.
Go ahead.
About 10 tons, being 111, over. 10 tons, 111.
That's a section, go ahead.
Yeah, have you looked at those switches at North Portal, over?
That's Stacy there. Go in here.
Hello, John.
Okay, well, they say they've been,
The main one switch, north crossover.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Stacy Street's working today, cleaning switches. I just wanted you to notify the dispatchers. 111. Switch has spiked for the
111. Oh, that'll be good when you get a stop, 111. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Dispatch.
Seattle Terminal?
Yeah.
Yeah, dispatcher, is that the state of the yard here? Is that Runaway? Are they moving now?
695's got them in tow now. They left south into South Seattle at 224.
So they're en route.
Yeah, the guy that hijacked the power is in cop car now, and 695's crew's got the power.
Okay. I am for trivial reason because I'm the day guy here at Stacy, and George Gradden, my relief, ran off after them. I gotta go. I'm hoping I'm correct. I guess I was trying to see if he'd be on his way now.
God, I hope he didn't try to get on that thing at Spokane.
Well, I know that was their original intention, but maybe they're on their way back now.
Okay, yeah, make sure he's okay, because I told him don't try to get on that thing. They were going too fast.
Right, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, that's really south over.
Interbay OS 1007.
Everybody.
1007 arrived at 1318. 1318 was 6 SIX cars.
He'll be after the passenger gets by. He's almost at the center.
After the incident ended, the chief dispatcher said that they'd surely look for a way for the whole thing to be my fault. I told him that I would expect no less and I didn't care, but I would like a copy of the tape. He took care of that for me. Sure enough, the next morning, I was working the Seattle East District. The General Superintendent of Transportation, the GST, came into my office to read me the Riot Act and tell me how my irresponsibility caused BN a lot of bad publicity. He said that they were upset with me through all levels of BN management and they were going to deal with me accordingly. He told me that I should have just cocked a switch, set the points midway between routes, and derailed the Runaway power. I asked him just how he thought that I could do that with remote control electric interlocking. Hint, it can't be done. I pointed out that since he claimed to have been a train dispatcher, he should have really thought before coming up with BS like that. I couldn't deal with him and pay attention to my railroad, so I quietly put all the signals between Seattle and Lamona, 240 miles to the east, to stop, stopping all trains on this part of the route between Seattle and Spokane. Then it was my turn, whether he wanted it to be my turn or not. I outlined the entire scenario and what I was thinking and why I did everything I did. After about 5 minutes of play-by-play recap, he held out his hand to shake and told me how proud he was to have me working in his office. To add insult to the situation, one of the guys on 91's crew called me. They submitted a perfectly legitimate time claim for passing through their home terminal and continuing into another crew district. The time slip was declined. Declining time claims allowed in the contract has been a standard practice among many railroads for a long time. The employee must generally go through a lengthy union grievance procedure to be paid. This was the second time in a week that the crew office declined a legitimate time claim for something I instructed a crew to do. The other was related to the same snowstorm. I asked him to send me the declined time slip. I got it the next day and walked to the crew office in the building next door. Of course, I couldn't leave my railroad unattended with trains moving, so none were moving. I walked into the manager's office, slammed the time slip down on the desk, and told him in let's say a pretty intimidating manner that he would not be cutting legitimate time slips for crews following my instructions, or we would be having a lot more of these personal visits, while my entire railroad sat still. His self-righteous bullheadedness would wreck my credibility with the crews, and I would have none of it. Apparently, somebody in the dispatching office was on the GST's case about the fact that BN was passing out cash to guys who found lost portable radios and such, or turned in ideas to the safety committee, and I got no recognition. I don't know if any of the others involved got any recognition. There were a lot of guys out there putting in a lot of expert railroading. It took all of them and all their expertise to prevent a big wreck and a potential disaster. A few days after my adventure, I came to work on Second Trick, and the GST and a handful of dispatchers he recruited for the occasion stopped me on the way to my office from getting a cup of coffee for an award ceremony. He did some blithering about how I was a hero and then handed me 3 boxes while I'm standing there holding a cup of coffee. There was an Athearn BN caboose, an Athearn dummy GP40, and a piece of display track. Yep, still in the boxes. They're still on display in my office to remind me of why I don't miss the railroad.